What's up? Now, want to say thank you for everybody who's been supporting the channel. Um, Little tired from last night. Had a very busy day, jet lag, worn out, the whole nine. But we need to get through this. Now, people constantly want to go over certain instances or entities as to why certain events happen or they take place in the first place. Um, it's quite constant to everybody else in the world. Don't forget to hit the like button too, people. Um, we've seen these things develop. And when you start seeing these things happen and go down a certain road, you either like it or you don't. Now, there is a major reason why LeBron James is not playing tonight after having a whole 7 days off. They have had the longest break in NBA history leading from an all-star game. They don't play football, okay? You're not getting hit. So for you to have this many days off as an NBA basketball player, it's baffling to the rest of the world. They had, let me see, they were off. When was the last NBA game? Last week, right? That was like Valentine's Day or that 17th, that Friday, probably. No, that Friday they were off. So probably was Valentine's Day. That was like the last day. So last week, Thursday, right? So you've had what, 7 days off? You had the whole weekend, no basketball. And LeBron only played one half. He sat out the rest of the game. He really wasn't doing anything anyway. So he sat out. And after that fact, they got to go up against the Warriors. So LeBron knows he's got 7 days off. So what is he doing? He's been hanging around, getting drunk, sipping wine, and chilling with Chris Paul. Yeah, Chris Paul. Rich Paul and Chris Paul hanging out because CP is injured. So because CP is injured, nobody's checking for him. Now, LeBron hasn't played since February the 13th. Right? And here it is, February the 22nd, and he's not playing again. So it's going to be 10 days to when LeBron James plays his next game. So he knows he's not playing tonight. So he's been hanging out with Chris Paul because they got to play Golden State. They got to play the Warriors. They've been hanging out, partying and drinking and eating food and just lollygagging. They stayed in Vegas. Stayed in Vegas after this was over, gambling and talking and doing goofy stuff. Then when he came home to LA, Chris Paul's hanging out with him. Then he's had a meeting about some business thing. Then it was right back to lollygagging. He's not ready to run. So Chris Paul ain't playing tonight. He ain't finna play tonight. So they kicking it all night. Drinking, playing cards. He ain't got no ankle injury. He know that the Lakers kicking off a back-to-back right after the All-Star break. They got to play back-to-back games. They got to play Golden State and they got to play San Antonio. He's not going to play back-to-back. And so he going to sit out the tough game, which was the Warriors, and come back against the Spurs. Then he know he doesn't have to play again till Sunday. So he plays one game, then he come back, and then that's how he skips the back-to-back. Now, all y'all talked about this load management, but understand, all y'all talk this load management. That's the cleaning lady, housekeeper. Now, Ed Zachary. I'm gonna go downstairs because they cleaning right quick. Let them do right there. Ah, yeah. Well, I know people tell me all the time, why don't you just film in the basement? Basement is lit. Yeah, the basement's lit. See Casino with the World Series trophy with the Cubs. Only Casino could have that. And Casino, the Brady Wall. Got the Brady Wall. Yeah, I don't be down here now. I'm like, that brand new television, I probably have used it probably maybe 10 times, maybe less. And I put that up on the wall by myself. Now, so y'all like this setting better, huh? Y'all like the basement better? on the old couch. Nah, no losers go up on the wall. You don't put losers up. Oh well, I had to. But this is what bozos got to do. I got Savannah hiding in the basement closet. No, but see, this is what I'm talking about. Let's get back to the point. Y'all talked about Kawhi Leonard, right? And how Kawhi Leonard was the face of load managing. Kawhi Leonard, load management, right? That's what everybody was coming with. How he was the load managing guy. He's played more games than LeBron James, who continues to load manage. But LeBron, oh, his ankle gets hurt. LeBron James and Anthony Davis has missed more games than Kawhi Leonard in the past 4 or 5 years. No, Kawhi has real injuries. So for another person to say Kawhi Leonard is low managing when he's having surgeries for MCL tears in his knee, ACL injuries, that's foolish that you let the media control your brain like that. When you see that the only reason that they're attacking this man, and they never attacked him before. They didn't attack him when he was in Toronto and he won the championship. They attacked him once he became a Clipper, and he was a threat to LeBron's rivalry and his legacy in LA because they came at the same time. When LeBron went to the Lakers, Kawhi went to the Clippers. And they thought that he was going to come play with the Lakers. Like, man, LeBron and Kawhi, man. Man, y'all was losing y'all minds. He never had any intentions of playing with LeBron. That would be a nightmare. That's right. The media control most of the sheep. No, Kawhi was injured. But you got to think about it. Anthony Davis had missed the whole season, a half a season. LeBron James had missed like a whole half of a season, tried to come back. Both guys was missing a lot of games over the last 4 or 5 years. Kawhi Leonard was out after he tore his knee in a playoff game. But that was the NBA's fault. The NBA rushed the season right after the bubble because they were losing money. See, this is what y'all don't know about the NBA. The NBA can't afford another strike. They can't afford any of this to happen. That's why the pandemic almost torpedoed the entire league. The league is built up on bad investments and loans. Yep, Corey. And after tonight, they'll be tied. Kawhi has played in back-to-back games. Anthony Davis has missed games, and he's all beat up and injured in every season. The NBA can't because they're losing. They're at a record low. Did you notice they didn't even put the ratings up for the All-Star game, for the NBA All-Star game? Because nobody was watching it. Well, when you look at the tables and you look at what everybody has in play, you start to see a narrative start to play out. You start to see this whole agenda of catering to LeBron. There was never this much rest for players in the league until LeBron started getting older. Now they're creating more and more rest for players. Why? You should have 1 day to get back after the All-Star game, and then you're playing the very next day. You don't need 4 or 5 days after the All-Star game in which everybody ain't even playing anyway. What's that about? Well, LeBron needs more rest. How am I making up stuff for content? There's nothing wrong with LeBron James' ankle. If it was something wrong with his ankle, he wouldn't have played in the All-Star game. He was sucking it up in the All-Star game, so he got checked himself out the game and said, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done." He tried to come out there. He was 0 for 3 shooting them threes. Oh, they ain't gonna turn on the magnet ball for me. All right, well, I'm done. He mad they not finna turn on. They not finna turn on the magnet ball for you, bum. You gonna have to earn it. Oh, yeah, I can't get no magnet ball today. All right, y'all just gonna use me for my name. I can't. Y'all ain't gonna let me hit a three. All right, cool. All right, I'm sitting out the rest of the game then. uh, right, the Drew League exposed exactly who LeBron is. He ain't no magnet ball in the Drew League. You're gonna actually have to know how to play. No one's finna bail you out. So when he was shooting them brick shots, run for three, bang gong, bang gong, shooting air balls, missing layups. Then he sat his butt down because he was embarrassing himself. He realized they wasn't finna magnet ball you to victory tonight. Then he see Tyrese Halliburton dropping. See, he tried to come out and go for the MVP. Like, I'm gonna go for the MVP. He started coming out trying to gun and go for the MVP. He saw Tyrese Halliburton coming there hitting 5 for 6 from three in the first quarter. He was like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna get this." Well, it's all gonna come to this media rights deal because the viewership from the last media rights deal to now, the media rights is like this. So everything is going basically streaming. So the NBA is focused more on international money more than they're focused on the money here in the States. It's all about this media rights, which is going to push everybody and overinflate anybody's ownership of the team to the whole new max. But everybody knows what's going to happen. That's why you see guys like Mark Cuban getting out. You see Michael Jordan is out. All these guys are getting out now before the ceiling is inflated all the way up till it starts crushing and crumbling down. So the only people that will own NBA teams are already essential business corporate organizations who don't need. You see, this is what people don't understand. And a lot of dudes like, man, when I get man, I want to get up and get me an NBA team, dog. I'm gonna get rich and get me an NBA team, and I'm straight. You teams lose money. All these teams aren't winning money in the league. Let me tell you how it's going. These NBA teams are not accustomed to any type of what we like to call the NBA is owned by China. I bet they are. But the thing is, we're not accustomed to any kind of silver tongue malice is going to take the bubble. Yeah, but they're not accustomed to any type of, let's say, they're not any type of adjustments. They're not accustomed to dealing with what's going to happen on that plateau. You see, the NBA has a whole new buddy system in play. Oh, of course, they're not the NFL. The NFL could survive because the NFL is team oriented, not individual oriented. It may appear to be that way, but Patrick Mahomes isn't bigger than the Chiefs. You see, they've made LeBron James bigger than anybody in the team. They take individuals and place them on the top. And when you do that, you hold people hostage to that player. The NFL know they can't do that. That's why the logo is going to mean more than the individual because they know players revolve. It's new players are going to be coming and going. Injuries can happen. Boom, that player's out. You can't tie your whole boat to a player. You could try to do that with a quarterback and showcase them a lot so they get commercials. But other than that, that's it. Oh, he's not down. He's laying down. He's been drinking and partying with Chris Paul all week. They were at Rich Paul's house. They was out there in Vegas hanging out with Rich Paul. Chris Paul was hanging with them. Chris Paul ain't playing, so he just been chilling. He's been rehabbing whatever injury he got on a thumb or whatever. Then he's going to a whole nother team. I mean, he's going over hanging out with the Lakers. You know, most of them players. He's hanging out at LeBron them house. Oh, the pipes behind me. That's what felt like the water was in the room. I'm like, so while all of this was going on and transpiring, you got all of these players coming in there. And LeBron been drinking and gambling because he knows he's not playing against Golden State this week. He finna sit that game out. So Chris Paul and him like, yeah, we just sitting here chilling. We gonna probably roll to the game together. So he's been chilling with them. They've been having a good old time because they got to play a back-to-back game. They got to play. They have to play San Antonio right after this on Friday. So if you know you got to play on Friday, you got to play against San Antonio, and you got to play Golden State today for Thursday's game. You gonna might want to sit that one out. So he's just avoiding the back to back, and then they got to play on Sunday. So he was like, "Oh no, we finna get hit with all these games. My ankle again. It's sore today. Ooh, my ankle." So when you see that, that's what you normally see at that time. Yeah. So he's trying to rest, trying to coast till they get to the playoffs. Oh, the Warriors should house them tonight. If you're looking for a prediction for a game, the Warriors should house them tonight. So why would he play today and sit out the Spurs game? Well, this is a harder game because he's actually going to have to play hard. He's got to move around. You don't want that on his first game back. No. Let me come back against the Spurs. That'll be an easier game. I could chill out and rest in that game. Hmm. He's like LeBron looked so gassed in the All Star game, and they weren't calling fouls, so he couldn't keep up with the speed of the game. Of course not. You can't keep up with the speed of something if you're not doing what you're supposed to do as an individual. LeBron's ankles are still on vacation. I know, right? He's like, "What? We can't win without him." Well, no, you actually can win without him. I mean, they actually match up better with Golden State without LeBron. Dinwiddie being on the team, this will free him up to play well with him and D'Lo. See, that puts Steph at a disadvantage because D'Lo know he can post Steph up. He can shoot over Steph. So if he gets Steph to a certain position on the court on the wing, he could just pull up and shoot jump shots over Steph. It's the Solomon Hill effect that it just flame up on him whenever he don't feel like playing.
I support my brother, Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet.
It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. Yeah, I hey man, I had just really came into this house during that time, you know. So yeah, it was quite interesting. I had just really came into this house. Yeah, so I was big as a house then. That's probably the biggest I had ever been. I'm like way smaller and way more in shape now than I was then.
I support my brother, Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet.
Dude was like, "What's with the mask? That that looked like R. Kelly, man. You look like R. Kelly with the mask on." I said, "Man, that is not the case. That is that is completely Laker Man. Y'all don't remember we used to do Laker Man." They got him out of the league after that. Pretty much, yeah. Messing up the league's money. Logo time. So everyone was focused on all of these reasons that didn't come into play to make any difference in the game. Absolutely. They came up in the game and they didn't come up with a way to make anything stick. Kawhi Leonard playing more games than LeBron this year, and nobody's saying nothing. What am I gonna do when LeBron retires? You know, that's the same thing they said when Floyd Mayweather retired. What you gonna do when Floyd retire? You done. I said, for real? Am I gonna be done? It didn't look like I was done, did it? I done did it. If anything, they just don't know. Well, the thing is, LeBron James is a person who suffers from a delusion of grandeur. Okay. No news outlet ever told you Bronny was injured. I'm the only person that told you Bronny James was injured. And I showed you when Bronny James injured his shoulder, right? I did that video. Nobody on ESPN, nobody from LeBron's camp or USC, nobody reported any of it. And they was like, how did he know about Bronny's injury in his shoulder? He got a stinger in his arm. We didn't tell nobody. We didn't show no pain. He came off the court and we did this and that because we know they're going to say this as an excuse later down the road. Well, Bronny was really banged up and all of these things. We know how the corporate world works. We know why certain players can't talk about certain things. We have a Mahomes video coming up later. Yeah, that's what they saying. Yes, the super chat work, the Cash App is Carcino. Now, we've seen that countless times. If they do that, LeBron has a vocabulary of a junior high school student. I wonder if he finished any of the books he poses with. He hasn't even started those books. He haven't made it past the introduction of books. No, that's just all propaganda in the media. They'll have him hold a book. It'd be Malcolm X's birthday, and he ain't read a word in the book. Just Deep, deep guy. I don't know what to say. Just deep, deep guy, man. Yeah, he just hit a typo in there. It said, so I just read it how he spelt it. Wamder. Make some wamder. I had a cousin in Alabama who he can't say any words with ST. He can't say the word stop. For some reason, he cannot combine the letters. It's top. That's it. Top tapping on my feet. You mean stop stepping on your feet? Top it, man. Stop tapping on my feet. Stop it. He cannot say any words with ST. So if you put any words together with ST, say you straight. Straight, man. Straight. Told you, man. I'm straight. Top it, man. Top. He said, that's funny. I got a family member like that too. T. Down the tree. Get down the tree. Yeah, treat, baby. Get down the treat. Oh, they went down the treat. Oh, they did? Yeah. Top it, man. Top tapping on my feet. Top tapping on my feet, boy. He was hilarious. People used to do it on purpose just to hear him say it. Top it, man. Top tipping on my feet. You was right. The people used to go around stepping on his feet, man. Trade deadline is over, man. Somebody said, what's going on with the trade? Trade trade deadline is over. Trade deadline is come and gone. Trade deadlines are done. It is over, for somebody get traded next year. Henry, like, what's going on? When are these trades kicking in? Oh man, a lot of teams are stuck. I'll tell you that because they couldn't get trades done, and that's based on this new deal that's coming up, this media rights. And the Lakers, can we get rid of LeBron? I mean, you really would want to. He said, whatever happened to Jimmy Hinchman's claiming Trump gave him a pardon? Well, Trump ain't in office right now. If your pardon came through, something would have happened. He better hope Trump get back in there, which ain't gonna happen. Under no circumstances are they letting Trump back in the door. Yeah, you got to put him out the pastures. The Bears got to trade. They got to trade Fields. They should have traded Fields a year ago. Get whatever you can get out of him. Matt Barnes got fired by NBC today. Matt Barnes worked for NBC today? You mean for the Sacramento or whatever? Oh, for the Kings. Yep. I knew it. Then his stupid self, Matt Barnes, you knew he was gonna get fired. I told you he was gonna get fired. Oh, you talking about that's for the Kings, the TV broadcast thing. We knew he was fired the moment he did it. We knew he was fired the moment he did it. He got fired 2 days ago. But yeah, we already knew he was fired when he did it. You can't keep there's no way. I told people, y'all gonna start listening to me someday. You're not. No, that's like his hometown. So they gave him that job as a thank you. But he spit on the guy and he got fired. He spit on the man and was fired. He lost his ESPN job when he spit on that guy, the his stepfather of the kids or whatever. So he lost that bag. Then he was like, "Well, I got all these other opportunities. I ain't worried about that." Okay, cool. Then you went begging all the way back to Sacramento. The Kings gave you a job after you basically they had to wave you up out of there because you messing up everything with Cousins, getting him in fights in a damn bar. He knocking people out to protect you. So after that, they let you come back in because they felt like, well, Matt Barnes a changed man. Now he's got all the smoke, and here he comes. What does he do? Soon as he get back, what does this stupid clown do? Go into a high school game, grab a student by the neck, and say you're gonna smack the S out of him. Then what stupid thing did he do just on the Dan Levitard show? He goes and talks about it on a podcast show, still not accepting responsibility and blaming the kid. And then he blamed the lady in the stands. You made it worse. Now you made this thing elevate again. So Sacramento's like, this dude is stupid. Fire him. So this is how this is how bad it is. So my video will be out today, but that's what I'm that's what it's really gonna be based on is his ignorance. If they sit LeBron the rest of the year, then that's on the Lakers. They've just wasted their investment because you're going to need LeBron out there as much as possible. He's there for marketing standpoint only. They bring LeBron James around because he sells jerseys, he sells tickets. Other than that, he's just the darling piece of the NBA. He's inferior as a basketball player at this point. Having players come play with him and how he destroyed franchises with keeping them in the luxury tax, it's just a very bad situation when you cater to a superstar player and an aging superstar at that. They, I think they're gonna draft Caleb Williams. They played the color purple commercial during this live stream. Well, I guess the color purple is paying me. Thanks, Steven Spielberg. Jesus Christ. They don't know what to play. They just say, he's black. Let's run it. The color purple. I think we got the wrong target audience for the color purple. I mean, like, yeah, we might be kind of close to the color purple, but we ain't at that color purple yet. I haven't seen some purple blacks, and they ain't over here. Yeah, I told you he was getting fired. It was look, the writing was on the wall. He would have survived had he kept his mouth shut. He decided to speak about it on the Dan Lebertard show and make it worse. Wait till you see my video. Y'all gonna understand it much clearer. You touched a white Jewish kid. Had that kid been black, you still would have had your job. But we'll get into that in my video. The NBA should be no brownie allowed. The TV contracts is in the billions, but it's tainted. It's overinflating. You see, the problem is the NBA is overinflated by these television deals that came in and overinflated the teams, but it was also the sale of the Los Angeles Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers and Donald Sterling having to sell the team, they had to buy them out. So they overinflated by billions to buy them out. So now everybody else's net worth has to rise. While they were in the millions, 800, 600 million, that went to like 1.4 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. So now by them overselling the team, it doesn't mean the team earns that much money. They don't. Do you think the Pistons are a $1 billion organization? No, they're not. Okay, you're taking a loss every year. AT&T phone outage is crazy right now. If anybody got service, I got an AT&T phone. I got I don't have AT&T on my phone. I'm sorry. I got the cable and internet. And the internet's working fine because we're on it. Y'all don't know it's a lot bigger with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban has a $5 billion lawsuit against him. Y'all gotta understand there's a lot going on with Mark Cuban that you don't even realize. Mark Cuban got caught up in the crypto crunch and he's going through that right now. So it's a bigger problem than what you realize. And the Warriors are the highest earning team. Their worth is like 8.2 billion and rising. Yeah, see, y'all they don't report stuff when it happens to rich white people. They'll say it and then make it go away. They don't harbor on it. Oh, Cuban's in big trouble. So he had to get out of the position of being the head guy on the team. He said, I never thought I would say this, but LeBron's got to retire, man. Mac Mizzle, you knew the guy had to retire. They gave him an in season tournament. Uh, you, you obviously hadn't been keeping up with Cuban news. He's in a huge, huge, huge problem right now. So for him to have to sell the team and get liquid, he needed to get liquid fast. Right now, he still has part ownership of the team where he can control like picks, players, who comes in, but he sold that part. And we're gonna talk about more of that on the Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, that's coming down because you got like 4 Patreon videos coming today, like right behind each other. Like he says, I'm confused that they show ads on a live stream. Well, if you're me, you're blessed enough to have that choice. See, I was getting paid like I don't see the ads because I have premium, so I don't see ads. But I know ads are gonna play during my live stream. That's been happening before it was even normalized. All these major podcasts didn't even have that. I had access to it before everybody. I was included. Now I think everybody can do it, but before then they couldn't. I was one of the first people to do it, so I was getting paid well, and and this is why I try to tell these people, I get high premium ads. As the guy said, the color purple ad just showed up here. That's a high premium ad. So when they try to tell you, you don't make no money doing this, you don't make no money, I've showed them. I don't need the music. I don't need no big song and dance. I don't need all of that. Now imagine if I did have all of this and they didn't block me, they didn't keep me submerged in the basement of YouTube, how much I really would have. If they went ahead and started letting me get my 200,000 views that I'm supposed to get every video plus and the 500,000 views, how much would it be? Because now they know, wow, this guy is killing the game. And I'm able to tell them, I ain't finna play ball with y'all. Y'all ain't all finna eat off me. Oh, how dare you? Yeah, how dare me? I'm cool with keeping my little bit. Now, most of the ads that some people see is based on their residency. Some of them are high premium ads because my content is safe enough to where they say, well, his content is basically safe and clean. We could trust this guy. Look at the amount of videos he generates and pumps out, and they don't have a lot of cursing, they don't have a lot of nudity, they don't have none of this nonsense that a lot of these people do on their shows. And I try to coach people to start their YouTube channels, and I say, look, if you want to, do you want to make money or you just want to talk? Because you could do either. If you just want to talk, that's cool. But if you want to get your money, you need to have a platform based on a structure. You have to structure it like a business, and you have to treat it with respect. From the beginning, I treated it like that before it was even a rule. So they didn't have to make a, when they came down with the, we're going to punish these channels that do this and that, and everybody's trying to restructure their channels. I didn't have to do that. My channel wasn't built on filth. Whatever happened to Nate Rob? Well, I don't know. After she went crazy and started, messing around with chicks, I don't know. She had a lot of mental things going on. I was her YouTube husband, and she got mad because I wasn't with chicks on dating chicks and all that stuff she was talking about. I'm like, look, that's your thing. I used to go on her channel and get in the chat and mess with her and drive her crazy. Yeah, she started making up a lie, and I played the clip of the video and she left me the video message. Yep, I was the YouTube husband. That's my YouTube husband. And she just vanished. I don't know what happened to Nate Rob after that. Yeah, she was. And I mean, I was going to help her grow. Then she started talking about, I'm coming in Chicago and I don't want to talk about no YouTube. I was like, uh-oh. And she had her boobies all out for me and everything. I'm like, uh-oh. This is getting crazy. Then because I destroyed her lie. She tried to tell this whole lie. She forgot she had left me that video message, and then I played it in the live stream. I wish I could remember which live stream it was. This is so many years ago. And in the middle of the live stream, I played that message. Like, this is her video message. So it's her. It is her. And I don't want to talk about no YouTube. Me and you. I'm like, okay. This is Yeah, it was crazy. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know what her channel is doing. Hope she's doing all right. She was reading books and talking about books on there and all this stuff. And she was supporting she was dating some woman. She called her wife. This is my wife. I'm like, all right, I guess she's married now to this woman. Congratulations to y'all. Nah, she married some woman that wasn't helping her. So hopefully that person helped your YouTube career out. It's kind of hard. I'm quite sure that the YouTube channel was left into the name of somebody else. Like his family members would inherit the name of the channel. But hold on, that's some sound like some of my shit. You good? Oh, it's good. I was like, oh. Oh wow. Oh yeah, she was cleaning the living room and she brought down the thing and it just said boom. But she said everything's all right. So we good now. What's up, Miss Jasmine 33? Thanks for the super chat, Mike Nolan. See, this is what they can't do at Gil's Arena. Gil's Arena, we remember we talked to Gil. Gil said they was gonna be super chat. He just ain't turned it on. Okay. They do a show on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Did they turn it on? No, they did not. We proved the point, didn't we? I know why they ain't turned it on. You know why somebody ain't turned something on. You know why somebody ain't did what they supposed to be doing, right? There's always a reason for it. Do you think they finna rig it for the Chiefs again at what just happened? Do you think the NFL is finna go through that again? In Kansas City? A place that don't even have the proper police force to control that type of environment? That a fan just come out blasting? Come on. They had to get help from state cops and other police from other suburban neighborhoods to come in and watch it. Oh, you just woke up to hate on LeBron? Way to go, man. Congratulations. How is it hate when this guy is picking and choosing to sabotage one player and Kawhi Leonard his media team keep coming out trying to say, hey, did I know that they had a what? AT&T had an outage today. It hasn't affected me since I've been up. The internet been working, so I don't have AT&T on my phone. I got it on my internet. You know that AT&T chick thick, so that was it for me. Oh, Shannon Sharp. Well, Shannon Sharp got all kind of other problems going on. Russell Wilson gone. Yeah, but where is he gonna go? That's the thing. Yeah, it is real comfy down here. All right, who trying to come for me? You see what they do? Boy, I tell you, some dirty MFers. Um, I don't know. It's always gonna be some former players that don't get along with the coach. Well, Jimmy G knows he can't keep up. He was a nitwit quarterback who got to the Super Bowl and blew it. The same thing happened with all these other players that came along the way. Russ is going to Pittsburgh. Now, if they get Russ, them Steelers back in the game. That's all they needed was a quarterback. Oh, Juice Head got Wilkes fired. All right, how you gonna blame Wilkes when you sitting up there calling the dumbest plays ever and not running the ball when running the y'all? I'll be like, man, why do people get to the biggest game and don't do what they supposed to do? So anybody should have been fired was the Ravens coach. Vegas or Atlanta are interested in Russ too. Man, get him over there with them. Nobody need to see him nowhere else. Yeah, before I go, I'll let some people up. Oh, he don't want no parts of the Warriors because he'll have to work tonight. He been sitting down all this time. After they robbed the Warriors the last game on ABC, they finna get housed. They finna get housed tonight. Whatever the line is, I'm betting the Warriors. Gotta bet heavy. It's the only way to bet.
Hey, CeeLo.
Yo, what's up?
CeeLo. Man, I see you had did a video the other day. I think it was yesterday. You did some research, man. And I looked at the NBA.
You're going in and out. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now for a little bit.
Oh, what the hell?
Are you in a car or something?
I'm on the bus. I'm on the bus on my way back home. I just left work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
So you say you did some research and you looked up the NBA. What about the NBA?
Down the NBA draft, the mock draft.
The mock draft.
2024. Yeah, the 2024 mock draft. And I had never seen, they had like 20 or 25 Euro players on the mock draft.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's growing.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? But at first I thought you was lying. But then when I looked at the mock draft, I'm like, oh my goodness, he is telling the truth. But then there's a bunch of Euro gurus on there. I'm like, what the hell? So that let me know by the next 10 years. I say about 10 years. You said 5, but I say about 10 years. I think it'd be a little bit. That'd be about 10 years when the percentage of black NBA players drop to like, I would say about 55 or 60%. People gonna start complaining and gonna be like, hey, what's going on? Y'all try to take away our lead. They gonna start complaining. What? I give it 10 years.
10 years? Okay, well that's a good number. I'm saying it's gonna happen a lot faster than that. I'm saying 5.
Well, you got to take into account that a lot of dudes are staying in the league longer compared to how it used to be. You got to take that into account.
To a degree.
And then
you talking about the superstars? They stay in the league longer.
Yeah, but then again, another thing you got to take into account is if they bring these Euro players in.
Okay, right now, I mean the NBA. You know how many players that's in the NBA that's supposed to be on a team, right? The max roster is supposed to be 15 per team, right? So that's 400. That's 450 players.
Yeah.
So you have 450 players on the team. So out the 450, over 130 already are European or international players.
It's 125. I looked at it.
125 now. Okay, it's 125 out of 450. They finna bring in another 30 to 40 in this draft alone.
Right. Right.
30 to 40 is coming this year. Add that another 30 to 40 going to be the next year. Another 30 to 40 is going to be another year after that. Another 30 to 40 is going to be coming after that. You're going to be seeing 20 to 30 to 40 a year coming into the NBA. What that 450 going to look like in 5 years? How many of those players are going to be international and European players? Over half. Yes, over half those players that's going to be playing in the NBA are going to be international players from overseas. This game has gone international, and it is already switching to go that route. All the vehicles, they just did a deal with the Emirates airline because they're going to be going back and forth, flying back. So this game is, brothers better start understanding what's happening right now because they finna get pushed out of the game that they have been groomed to play, and it's been predominantly them. The NBA is blaming the blacks for not making the money. They blaming the brothers for everything. The reason why white people don't want to watch the game is the black people's fault.
The only thing is that if the ratings keep going down, then they might change it over. That's the only thing. If they bring the Euro players in and then the ratings keep dropping, then they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna have to switch back to the brothers. That's the only way that.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Growtopia. Yeah, we did say that. That's why we say European and just overseas players. We already know that. Shai Alexander, Joel Embiid, Joker, and Luka, they every year, and even Giannis, they are all international players. So they're playing in the international league, and they'll take an international black guy now over an American. Why? Because they're not even teaching black Americans how to play basketball anymore. It's terrible. This is purposely being done. What's up, Step Toe?
What's up? First time ever, Casino.
Okay, yeah, I seen you got some new device and everything. You got a padlock that you can talk to.
Well, it's a speaker though, stuff like that, Casino. And by the way, I want to say this, man, I've been watching your channel for years and years to come, man. And I tried to,
I said thank you.
And I was on an HD streaming yard though a couple of times, but I said, damn, and I shout out you. I said, damn, I said, you, HD Casino, I've been watching y'all, and y'all my favorite because every time y'all talk and, you know, spit out the truth, though, it's like most people don't want to hear it, but to me, y'all speaking the truth as it is, and to me, I listen, and y'all do positive things. I love it.
Yep. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that because that's what we do, man. We just tell it like it is. And most people are not used to having the truth or rolling with the truth. Sometimes they'll know it's the truth, but they want to roll with the masses. That's what the group says. So we got to go with the group. And we got to go with the masses.
Oh, and by the way, Casino, when you gonna in that merch, when you gonna get that shirt out? F LeBron.
Oh, the F LeBron shirt. Well, it's kind of hard to put that one out because it got the curse words in it. And you know, they you know, using LeBron's name, you know, he kind of come in there and kind of shuts those down. So I got to see about how I can get that out in the mass production.
But to me, but to me, Carson, it's like this. It's like I had said this on one of the things. I said the NBA is dead, and I'm just like I'm looking at that like NBA is like, God damn, these dudes are soft, and I'm like, what in the world is going on now? It's like everybody wants to be so much like famous. Okay, I would play my homeboy. You know, get my numbers up. It's like, yo, y'all don't learn something. This NBA don't last forever. This game don't last.
Nope.
It really don't.
You got to think about the greatest players of all time. And even in today's league, those who are considered the greatest players, how active are they on social media? Almost non-existent. Kawhi Leonard, he don't even have a social media account. Kyrie Irving just
True.
posts scriptures. He don't really even post nothing really about basketball. He posts about life. Then you have Steph Curry. He's not really active. He just be on there and they'll make sure a clip of him, but he's mostly with his wife. She normally deals all that stuff. Kevin Durant, he just did a whole speech on why they think he's a bad leader because he's like, I am a good leader. I just don't. You're not gonna see me like on the court getting all vocal. I don't be in the media doing all that stuff. So they punish me and say, oh, I'm not a good leader because I'm not loud and boisterous like everybody else. And he's like, that's just not true. He's like, I'm not the person that sells the league, what they call selling the league. He's like, I don't sell the league well, for them. I'm supposed to be that stand-up guy in the huddle, and they can advertise and market it. That's not me. And he's like, but it doesn't mean I'm a bad leader. He's like, in the locker room, we do have those conversations. We are holding each other accountable, but they don't get to see all that stuff. So he's like, so they just make up a narrative on TV and they just say, oh, well, Kevin Durant ain't a good leader. And whenever something goes wrong, like they do it with Steph and everything else, some people lead by example. They're not vocal leaders. They say, I'm going to lead by example and I'm going to show you the way. Kobe was both. Kobe was the vocal guy and he was going to lead by example. Saying, I'm going to do it and this is how it's going to be done. This is how winning is done. If you lazy, I'm going to get you up off this thing because the bus is going this way. You either going to be on it, get hit, get ran over by it, whatever, but this bus is going this way.
And another thing, Carcino, it's like when I was sitting and watching, like I grew up in the golden era of basketball, and then like I was not a big fan of Kobe, but I respect his game, where he come
Right.
from because he's a master at studying. He's not all about okay, well, flash in the pants, whatever, and all that type of stuff. He was like straight to business. He said, I'm not gonna sit there front from you. It's like, look, I'm here to win by all means. Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
And what makes me respect him is like he was trying to be phony with you. He's not trying to be, man, no, we gotta win this game, we gotta win the chip. He put the work effort to get. It's like the long he played in his league, but when he knew that when your body is start wear and tear on your body, he knew what time it was. He was like, look, I'm out. Like, this, I can't do it. Because his body was tearing down. But the way he get back to the game, it's like when he was in that room and all those superstars in that room and he started coaching the fundamentals of the basketball, and I was like, damn, you deserve my respect for real. I love it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Kobe. You see, the greatest players of all time, they earn your respect. No matter if you didn't root for them or not, or they weren't on your team, you respected him. Like, I hated Michael Jordan, but I respected what he was. When he retired, I said, I respect what he was. I said, that was a guy we had to go at. That was our opposition. Like, that was the force we have to go up against. And to be able to beat that force, we were the only guys to really dominate him like that. When he was keeping him from championships with the Detroit Pistons, they had a formula for dealing with him because he was a offensive scoring juggernaut. He was gonna get 40, but we were gonna make him get 40 in a different way. You were gonna have 40 and lose by 20. And that's when he was like, how is this happening to me? Like, we dominating. I'm tearing them up. I'm going back. I'm going at them. I'm going dunking on 5 guys. But at the end of the game, they went in by 20. Because it's our 5 versus you. And everybody else is standing around watching you go. And you battling. But you ain't finna win this game because you can't guard 5 guys on this court. And then we got the bench coming in. And then it's like it don't stop. So it was like, man, this thing is a competitive, just emotion that keep coming. And it's like, we can't beat this. Because they didn't have the team to beat it. And once you didn't have the right team, you wasn't going to be successful. You wasn't going to be able to withstand that pressure. What's up, Joe Cool?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
We good. So we always gave respect to Mike once he was through playing. We realized what he was. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that guy was a juggernaut, but he figured out the game. In his latter years in the Bulls, that 96, 95, like he figured the game out. He didn't have to kill himself to get 40 points. He can get it with ease. Then he's a veteran at that point.
And
Smart.
Carcina, you said, oh God, my bad.
No,
I
I'm
was
done.
just gonna say everybody respect this dude from Akron.
Fuck that dude, man, from Akron. He ain't nobody.
I don't get it. I just don't get it, man.
I don't
They
either, man. I'm like,
They don't respect him, not the other players. You see, it's so much that go on in the league that you're not really allowed to talk bad about LeBron like that. Like it's like taboo to say that about LeBron in the NBA. Like they got to put on that face and be like, "Oh man, he's with somebody like LeBron." They always go through those notions as players because you don't want to get messed up in the business of the NBA. If you come out telling the truth, like Dylan Brooks, they was almost trying to ruin his whole free agency.
For real.
Yeah, just because he said LeBron is old. LeBron's old. And then they had LeBron go out and challenge him. And like, oh, LeBron went after him after he said he was old, and they did him all dirty. Then when they lost, the man just had a great season, and they didn't want to pay him. And then the Grizzlies said that he's not coming back no matter what. I'm like, the Grizzlies never said. I'm like, what NBA team would ever say that about a player that just played with them? That was a lie. That was completely false. And then when the Rockets signed him to that money, they paid Dylan Brooks all that money. I'm like, yeah, because they're not stupid. I was like, why would a team sit there? I'm like, but y'all were trying to ruin him on television. I don't know if he ends up on another team. Like really? You don't think he
and Carcino?
Yeah.
And Carcino. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was go ahead.
Oh, and Carcino. And by the way, now I stay in Houston, Texas, right? And I was trying to go one of them games, like when the Lakers versus the Rockets. I said I don't give a damn. I said I'm gonna try to get that Denver Nuggets championship shirt, and I could be like sit right there and say, LeBron, look, what's up? It's a team beat your ass, mother. But here's another thing.
Lifetime ban. Yeah, he's trying to get a lifetime ban.
I don't like that dude. I swear to God, I don't like him. I'll tell you straight up, I don't like that dude. But
I got a warning, and I was like, they gave me a warning. Like, look, and this was after the game. I was sitting right on the Lakers side. My tickets was right over there. I'm like, oh, they done messed up. I flew back home early to catch the game. It was a back-to-back against the Bulls. I was in Florida watching the Bulls beat the Lakers in LA. Then they come back to play the Bulls in Chicago. I'm like, oh, I'm going back home. I fly from Florida all the way back to Chicago. Soon as the plane lands, I'm going straight to the game. I got my shirt on. LeBron lose chips all the time. Man, I had the crowd singing it, and I talked the entire two. We went live that game. I think I went live that whole game.
You did.
Yeah, man, I was giving him the business. I was like, Bron. He was I'm here now. I'm in the building. Crazy.
And Carcino, I want to continue on this right here. If LeBron is so great and all that, they all put this high money, all that. And I said, tell people don't understand. Amendola used to play in the league. Trailblazers, Spurs. He knows this sucker. And what's the other coach? The head coach from Denver Nuggets.
Oh yeah, you talk about what's his name? Gosh, how could I forget his name?
What you
Brendan Malone. Brendan
And
Malone.
you said about his father. His father used to be assistant coach for the Detroit Pistons.
That's right.
And I
Brendan
was looking
Malone.
like this. I was like this. I said, wait a minute, that same similar style Denver Nuggets play, bad boy Piston play that. I said, oh, okay, now I see why. I said, okay then. But the thing about it is though, people don't understand. Players used to be players when they come head coach, and then they face your favorite player. He's like, man, no, don't make excuses because they know this sucker because they know he's the same person when he got drafted, played the same style. Y'all don't get it. He never elevate his damn game. That's why I'm like this. Look, can you retire, homie? Just throw down the jersey, please do, because you're embarrassed.
They put him in different positions. They put him in different spots that he was going to be very uncomfortable in. They kept putting LeBron with somebody he's younger than him, has enough athleticism to stay with him, and Gordon can guard him by himself. And if they do a pick and roll and get Gordon off of him, that means LeBron's got to be at the top of the key. They got anybody that could pick him up. Anybody on the team can pick him up. You got Murray on him. Murray could switch on him, and he's totally fine.
Yep.
So they had what we said. You know, he never learned how to play the game the right way.
Hey, I tell you what they do. That Gordon is on him, right? When Gordon goes on him, they do a pick and roll and put Murray or one of the guards on LeBron. LeBron does that all the time because he can't score against Aaron Gordon. He does, so he gotta go.
He can't do that with anybody. He's always, when he play the Warriors, he want to do a high pick and roll and get Steph on him. So he can run Steph into the ground. You know,
that at the top of the key.
Yeah.
Right.
4 and out.
All this 4 out. And that's why they keep changing the rules according for LeBron. Before, this was an offensive foul. If you extend your arm, that's an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Now it's okay. We're gonna let you extend the arm because LeBron need that to get space because he has no
dribble.
He can't dribble and has no footwork. So we're gonna allow him to do this and shove off. Now you could hook a guy. Right, you could hook a guy on a spin move. You couldn't do that. That was called a hooking call, offensive foul. You can't go. So how was the 90s? He couldn't.
Right, he wouldn't last.
He couldn't. That's what I keep trying to tell people. I'm like, y'all keep talking about his speed, and LeBron had to follow the rules of the game. He couldn't survive because he has no moves. You had to be. You had to have moves to be able to get off on people. You had to dribble. You wasn't none of this carrying dribble and taking 3 steps back to shoot a 3. You couldn't do that.
Right.
You had to play the game to get open. You had to find your spots. And guys defensively to hand check you. It was guys in the paint that was going to keep you from coming in the lane.
Right.
So
I had an argument with my coworker the other night about LeBron. He loved LeBron. I'm like, man, I said, I guarantee you, when he lead a game, I said a lot of players gonna expose that dude for real. I said, mark my word. I said that ain't going nowhere. I said they got a lot to say about that dude.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing about it is that's what he's like. Nobody fears LeBron. Why would you?
Right. What kind of threat is that?
Why would I fear this guy? Now they made all these changes for this guy, this one guy. He got all these changes for him, and he still is failing. So now you got to ask yourself, how many players? He didn't have the most NBA All-Stars, all NBA top 75, all NBA team players than any of the greatest players that has ever played this game. He's had the most, and he still has the most failure.
Yep. He probably done played with the most coaches, the most. That's the same, man.
Right, it's the coach fault they lost. Then they make an excuse every time he lose. Well, how was he gonna beat Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant, Steph Curry and Clay? How you gonna beat that? I'm like, well, James Harden and the Rockets took them 7 games. Y'all didn't win a game.
Exactly.
Y'all won one game and 2 finals. Y'all just wasted people's time even going.
And
Mhm.
then
Y'all might
people,
as well sat at home.
hey, people forget that the Warriors drafted their team. They
Right. They
drafted
built
Klay
that team.
Thompson. Yeah, they drafted Klay Thompson. They drafted Steph Curry. They drafted Draymond Green. So they built that super team themselves. They didn't go buy it. They
Right. And
drafted
the thing
that.
is that they picked that team up like they created it with players that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted
Right.
Barbosa. Nobody wanted these guys off the bench. They had a Zealy
Right.
coming off the bench. They had a whole bench that won more games than they did when they had Kevin Durant.
Mhm.
They set the record. They didn't have Kevin Durant when they set the record. They lost that whole bench.
Yeah.
Like Barbosa
And I
retired
told my
after that year.
coworker, I said, do you actually think LeBron could beat the '92 Portland Trailblazers or the '93 Phoenix Suns? I said, do you
No,
actually think? No.
Hell
I
no.
said no.
he
I
wouldn't
said
have
they
beat
didn't
none
win the
of those
championship,
teams in
but
there.
they were better than any team LeBron played for. Both
LeBron
teams.
James wouldn't even have been a factor in those games because he couldn't get off. They would have stopped him
Exactly.
from transition. Them guys weren't shooting threes. Every guys wasn't shooting threes like that. They would shoot maybe 4 or 5 a game. So you're
Yep.
not going to have all these big fast break opportunities. They're going to
Exactly.
stop your transition. So he's a transition
I
basketball
still
player.
tell people, I said I take Richard Dumas in that Phoenix Suns year. I take that highlight right there, him that series better than anything LeBron had done in 20 years. Give me that, and I hope he listening to what I said too. I know his team listening to it. Shout out to Richard Dumas. Shout out to him.
Man, Richard
That
Dumas,
dude.
man, he was what could have been. They got rid of Cedric Sabalas because of him, but he could not stay off that narcotic, boy.
Yeah,
My
man.
goodness, it messed him all the way up. He could have made it. He was there
Yep.
because he gave when they didn't even discover that until they just played him and he was giving Jordan fits.
He
I
was
was like,
killing them, man. I
yeah,
mean,
Richard Dumas was giving them the business, and they needed it
mhm.
because after games
Yep.
1 and 2. When they came to Chicago, Dumas, they was like, "Who is this Dumas guy? He got some pop.
Oh,
He
he
giving
was
them
killing
a
Scottie
bit."
Pippen too, boy. Scottie couldn't guard him. I'm like,
No, he
dang,
couldn't. He
boy.
was destroying him. That's why this
Mhm.
Scotty, this world class defender. I'm like, Scotty ain't no damn defender like that. People with guys was taking him to school. Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway had no
Yep.
problems with Scottie Pippen. They
Yep.
was like, Scottie Pippen, okay, spin move, cross. It was like, whoa.
Mhm.
Grant Hill hit him with that cross.
Carcino.
Yeah. And listen to the names, man.
Like,
Penny
oh,
Hardaway, Grant Hill, players that took the time and learned the game the right way. Look at that, man. That
yep.
dude ain't learned nothing but playing high school basketball. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
like,
it.
because he was not allowed to be coached. Even when he came to the NBA, they catered to him. So he was not
Yep.
to be coached. Even when he got called out by the guy, the assistant coach, David Black, who
Mhm.
became the head coach, he from overseas. So he know I'm going to
He
lose
know how
my
to
team
win.
unless I come after LeBron too. And he was like, LeBron, you got to do this. You got to do that. And he was, what? Oh, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, you do. This is your fault. You got to help out. You can't be blaming somebody and you ain't doing your job right here. And LeBron got up. He put them headphones on. Like, all right, we're going to see about that. And walked out. They were number 1 in the
In the East.
NBA.
Yep. Yep.
Number 1 in the league.
Fired.
David Black was fired the very next day. Right after that meeting, he went up there. David Black couldn't believe it. He couldn't even get another job in the league.
Yep. He went right back overseas.
Yeah, he went right back overseas. That's the only way he could get a job. Nobody would hire David Blatt after that.
And they calling that dude a king.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, please. Please. I want somebody to
Carcino.
just go up and just off and hit him one good time in the face and be like, get out of the NBA. Do that one time for me. I'll be like, yeah. Yeah. That's what you get, you little punk.
Carcino.
Yo,
I saw that video, Carcino. What's wrong with Scottie Pippen? I said, you disrespected Michael Jordan again. Homie, y'all need to cut this out for real, though. For real.
I mean, dude, if the way he talked about Mike, he'll never be back. Mike could never be your friend again. And you know Mike. He know Mike. Mike, And I'm like, you went crying to this dude for jobs. He tried to help you out the whole nine. And the whole time, you know, he was like, when his father died, I ain't reach out to him. Like, it was purposely done. And he was like, oh, you purposely did that when my pops died? Like, I would have let you get traded off the team if I'd have known that. Now he's like, all these years, now I know that, and you've been holding that, and you finally let that out the bag. Oh, boy, you ain't never coming back. Like, they did that thing here in Chicago. I'm like, do you think Scottie Pippen going to be around Michael Jordan again? Michael Jordan would choke the living life out that dude. I was like, they had that NBA 75, and Scottie was out there. Can't be here today. And Scottie Pippen, you damn right he can't be there today. He can't go be there in that team photo.
Exactly.
He chose not to be here. No, he didn't. He had no choice in that. Mike would have choked the living. Yeah,
that jealousy of Scotty and Mike, man, that's like Snoop and Tupac, man.
You're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see him and Scotty embracing none of that. That's done.
No,
he screwed that up big time. And now this is Luke Longley's fault. Everybody blaming Scotty because he the biggest name out of them. But Scotty broke. Luke Longley, he over in Australia. He got the NBL league because he was their biggest, best player they ever had in Australia. So he wasn't dog shit in the NBA, but he mad because Michael Jordan used to get on his ass. Jordan told him, he said, man, this dude had 16 at the half. And I'm like, this is the Luke Longley I'm talking about. There you go, Luke. Then he's like, he had 2 points for the rest of the game. He's like, man, he said, that's the last time I ever give you. Yeah, he didn't lie. He got on Luke every time.
Yep.
Hey, Carcino, do that Scottie Pippen impersonation you did yesterday.
No. I gotta be in the zone.
Hey, throw a little bit of sugar in it too.
Man, you got them impersonations, bro.
Yeah, Scotty's something else, man. That's the thing. I used to run into him all the time because he stayed down the street. Dude put a 33. Like, he want to do everything like Mike. Mike got 23 on the gate. He gonna put 33. I'm gonna put 33 on the gate. Like, people gonna be like, who the hell is that?
Hey,
Grant Hill.
You're right. Everybody be like, who 33?
Hey, you seen what LeBron did with the Dion shoe, bro?
With who?
The Dion shoe.
Well, he put into his shoe.
He put his name on it and called it a collab.
Oh Lord!
What? Oh my God! I swear.
Hell no!
I swear to God.
It's still gonna go double lead. Ain't nobody buying that shoe, man.
He put this dude is the most gimmicky dude. He tried to use the Martin TV show. Yo, I got my Martins. Who gonna get the LeBron?
Hell no.
I'm like, man. You put the Martin Lawrence shoe up there. And
I get more respect if I give him a pair. I give Martin a pair for free. I'm like, man, he a joke. That dude a joke, boy.
Joke. And the thing is,
he put his name on the cover of the collab because nobody wearing no LeBrons. You feel me? Nobody wearing
Dion shoe gonna sell by itself.
Yeah,
especially
those. You feel me?
I had those pair of shoes when they first came out.
Exactly.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, I like it hot in here. So yeah, you can crack the door open if you need. Yeah.
He wore them at the All-Star game. I thought they were regular Dion's, but he put his logo on the back and called them a collab.
They only for him. Ain't nobody buying them shoes.
Nah, he need to relax, bro.
Yeah, he need to sit down somewhere.
He need to sit down, bro. And we gonna buy the regular Dion's if we gonna buy them shoes. Because it's the same shoe. It's just he put his logo on it.
They just dropped the Dion shoe a couple weeks ago. They just sold out in 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody buying them shoes? This shoes gonna sit on the shelves in the store. You better give his shoes. He better donate his shoes to the people that really need it, and tell them how to play the game right.
Well, he can't tell them because can you imagine him being a coach? He was trying to coach them in AAU. They looking at him like, what the hell? Now you gonna clear, he gonna clear back, and then you go back to the side, right? So you're gonna throw a flare here, and then we're gonna run flex. I mean, like,
Imagine
Ali
put a
gonna run the
clipboard
high
in his
pick and
hand.
roll.
Put a clipboard in his hand. Trying to draw up a play. Hey man, draw up a play for me, man. 4 and out, right here. You take the ball.
right? He was
Stand over
getting
there.
whooped
You stand
on.
over
That's
there.
why him and James Jones, he used to be whooping on James Jones. Everybody be beating LeBron in 2K. He cheating that. They was like, man, what's your settings, Bron? You ain't got this on All-Star. No, I do. Let me, Bron, you lying. He messing with the settings in the damn 2K game, man. This guy got to cheat to win in every damn thing. James Jones was the only one like, man, let this dude win. He took James Jones with him everywhere he go. Then he had to get him off the team because he can't say he the first player to do anything because James Jones on the bench like, yeah, we the first players to do. He was, wait a minute, that's right. He on the team with me. Like, yeah, he going to 10 NBA finals too. I got to get him off the team. I was like, they're going to be LeBron is the first player. Well, LeBron's a starter. He's leading the team. James Jones is on the bench. Well, he still count. He on the team. He been to 10 straight NBA finals. I was like, that's crazy. Bro, yeah, Danny Green too. Yeah, remember that when Danny Green won with him? That was hilarious. They was like, nobody has led a team. LeBron is the first one to win from 3 different. I was like, no, Danny Green. He right there. Danny Green won with the Spurs. I think he won with the Raptors. Then he won with the Lakers, yep. I think. So, yeah, so Danny Green was right there, too. Danny Green wasn't leading the team, though. LeBron's the first one to lead the team. I said, well, he got 3 right along with him so, on 3 different teams. And I was like, when has that been a record?
Yeah, Robert Horry did that.
That's called his 3-peat, baby. Yeah, that's 3-peat.
Yeah, Robert Horry did that.
Yeah, he won 2 with the Golden State Warriors and he won with the Raptors that year when they won it. They called him 3-peat. I don't even think Patrick McCall is even in the league no more.
Hey, Carcino. Hey, when the Lakers play the Houston Rockets again? Because I'm trying to go to that game. Talk my stuff. I don't give a damn. I said LeBron.
Oh, man, they got blown out last time they played in Houston, and they got the business.
Because I see Emmett Duncan. He was like this. Came out the gate. After him. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I love that time in LA. Like, dog, this team is too soft. But y'all, this team, y'all letting them punk you. This team, no way. They are not known for that.
Hey, they just picked up Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, for nothing.
For free.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah, I remember they picked up Kyle Korver like that. They picked up J.R. Smith and something like that.
They picked up Kyle Korver for Mike Dunleavy Jr., who can't even move. He had a back injury. He ain't played in like 2 years. And they was able to trade him. And Atlanta at that time was right behind Cleveland.
Right.
And they had a chance to win. I'm like, why does Atlanta keep doing that? Because I told you, most teams don't care about winning championships. They make backdoor deals for money. And they're a feeder. And that's what Atlanta is. I'm like, I would never play for Atlanta. I know that Atlanta ain't trying to win no championship. That's why they was going to lose Trey Young. They start spending money. Like, all right, let's get some players to help out Trey because Trey, we want to keep him. Because Trey was like, man, look, I ain't finna be losing like this. I'm finna get up out. And they had to keep Trey, so they was like, no, we're going to go get some players for you. Don't worry about it. You just stay on the team. And now he see what time it is. Like, oh, they ain't trying to win. Every time we get some momentum, we trading guys away. Then they was talking about getting rid of Murray. He was like, why we want to get rid of Murray? We just lost one of our guys in John Collins that we had. And now we got Murray over here. Now you want to get rid of him? For what? What we getting back in return? Nothing. They finna just dump their trash over here while we trying to help the Lakers. What's the point in helping the Lakers? Then you got stupid A. Smith talking about well, it's better for the league when the Lakers are involved. Like, how? Because when Golden State was winning, I don't remember nobody saying, damn, we need the Lakers involved. Them Laker fans was going over to Oakland
claiming they were Golden State fans. You saw Snoop at the goddamn Golden State game with E40.
Right.
He wasn't rocking no Lakers. Somebody a Laker fan. That dude was over there in Golden State.
Man, what was I about to say? I forget. I just lost my train of thought. Oh Lord.
I can't believe where the NBA is right now, bro. And remember what you said the other day, like our AAU system.
Yeah,
it's bad, bro. We ain't gonna get
it's
no
real
better.
bad.
We ain't gonna get no better.
And it's just like boxing. Like boxing is predominantly like now it's like in America, it's mostly Mexicans, Hispanics, and blacks. You know, there's no really white American boxers. So whenever that's the case, it was over. That was it. It was completely over after that. There's no more teachers of the game. Most of those dudes have passed away. And now you got a bunch of people who love boxing, who boxing fans, but don't know anything about it, but they want to coach it. So they just got the money, so they just go spend their money and go get them a license to teach. Same thing with basketball fans. They do the same thing. Get somebody with a license and said, all right, we finna go ahead and coach it now. So they go get them an AAU license with no experience whatsoever. So they don't know what to teach the kids. And plus, kids now, they want it so easy because they want to just Instagram. They want somebody to record them. They care about being a superstar on the internet than working on their game. And then when the coach try to practice them, they go, oh, man, I got to get off this team, man. Y'all be practicing too much.
You see what happened to Lil Mikey, huh?
You said what?
Lil Mikey from San Diego. They're supposed to go to Memphis.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Same thing. You can't, they don't want to practice. And then the other coach be like, man, you just show up for the game. You ain't got to practice. And then they be, all right, bet. They coach said, we ain't got to practice. We just show up for the game. Because some of them are so good athletically, you know, they can just dominate these other kids, you know. So it's like their game going to show, but you're going to pay for it later down the road.
You're going to pay for it at 18, 19.
Yep, exactly. And then when you try to go to college, them dudes who've been practicing in there, they go to school.
And then Luka was a pro at 16, 15 years old, bro. 14
exactly. Playing adults at 33 because he was skilled. Because over there, they practice 6 times before they play one game. Right. 6 times. They got 6 practices before they even play the game. So that's how prepared they are for the game. Over here, they play 6 games and practice once.
And they wonder why Jokic's so good.
Right.
Ain't that he better than y'all? He's smarter than y'all. He got fundamentals.
Exactly.
Work on his game.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Fundamentals. They don't possess it or teach it anymore. That's why you see more European players come over. All the big men over there could shoot, they could pass, they could do everything. And that's how it was in the 80s and 90s. Like if you go back in the 80s, you guys who you thought couldn't play, those guys would dominate you, like Dolph Shays. I'm like, those dudes, they could score, they could shoot free throws, they threw hook shots. These guys could play.
Bro, the disrespect John Stockton gets crazy.
Yep. Yeah, remember back in the 90s and the 80s, you had like real big men in the NBA. The big men kind of like dominated the NBA during that time. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I mean?
You remember the 2000 power forwards? Like power forwards coming up from 98 to 2010. Power forwards used to be the position.
Tim Duncan.
They could score with either hand. Like they could score with their left hand. They had to have those skills to even get into the league.
Right.
Like it's like so many talented guys that never got a chance to even play in the NBA. Like, dude, the kind of guys they let in the league now they just letting people like Thanos in the league because his brother is Giannis. You know, that's one of the reason he's in the NBA. This guy wouldn't be on the court. It's like, dude, are you serious? This guy can play in the NBA? It's like crazy.
Man, like I say, it's like the NBA is dead. I'm looking like this. These dudes playing like some, I don't know, like some cheerleaders. So I'm looking like this. Y'all soft, y'all. Y'all really soft. What's going on? You soft. What the hell is this? No compete or nothing? Okay, well, I'm gone. I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the All-Star game was trash.
Oh, it's
Oh,
always
my God.
Oh man, that was
it's done.
embarrassing.
We knew it
It's
was trash
embarrassing.
years ago. And now it was bad like back in 2018 and 19. It was just getting worse and worse.
Man.
They kept getting worse and worse. And then the viewership has dropped off. Like last year was the worst it had been. It went from like 7 million, dropped all the way down to like what did it drop to like 4.3 million people watching. And now this year they didn't even post the numbers.
Hey,
That's how bad it was.
Hey, Garcia, you know the Super Bowl that just passed. That was the most watched Super Bowl, the most watched television in American history.
Yeah.
125 million viewers. That's a record.
Yeah,
That
they
made
finna
it
do
hit.
over 800 million in revenue. You see, that's
And
over
yeah,
a billion.
it was the most rigged up, scripted damn Super Bowl, and I was still pissed off because you screwed Baltimore and you screwed Detroit Lions. F you NFL, straight up. I'm still pissed.
Yeah, they had to
Pissed
get their
off.
money, man. I mean,
Pissed
I know
off.
dudes don't do, but I kind of blame the coach, man.
Oh my God.
It's the damn coach. He kept throwing the ball and didn't run the ball, and then when he finally did, they had success. It's like, what was you thinking? Why would you come out throwing the ball? That's what he always do with Kyle Shanahan. He want to turn everybody into a doggone like Peyton Manning or somebody. I'm like, dog, stop. This is why you and your father got the same problem. Your daddy was no good at that either. He was screwing up Elway, having Elway throwing like 50 passes a game and all this craziness. I'm like, he was no coach. Only thing saved him was Terrell Davis. TD came in there, and that changed the dynamic. They wouldn't have won that Green Bay game. They couldn't stop TD. It was like, man, keep giving him the ball then, coach. So Shanahan had to get out of his way and let John Elway is like, look, man, I'm gonna just hand this ball to him. He was calling plays for Elway to throw. Elway was like, why are we gonna do that? And this guy's getting 8 and 9 a pop, 13 a pop. I'm giving this ball right back to TD. TD, man, he carried them to that championship. So when John
championship.
Yeah,
he dominated that Super Bowl.
Hey, they need to put that man in the Hall of Fame, bro.
That's the same thing. I think they paid that coordinator too for the Ravens. Because they only ran the ball 6 times in the whole game with the running back. They were the leading rushing team in the NFL.
Bro.
How?
Cook didn't even play. Dermot Cook didn't even
it wasn't
play.
like the Chiefs was doing nothing to stop the run.
Hold up. You said a mouthful. That head coach from Baltimore, I want to kill his. Oh my God. You called Dermot Cook
those
to the
plays.
team?
That wasn't even
My
hard.
God.
The coordinator was calling those plays for them to stay in the pocket, not run, and just throw. I'm like, dog, whenever I'm like, Jackson Randy getting 20 a pop, they can't stop him. What the hell you mean? Him or the running back? I would have gave that ball to the running back every time. They the number 1 rushing team in the NFL. The Chiefs can't stop nothing. Run the damn ball.
Thank you.
And they got him staying in the pocket trying to throw these balls. I'm like, dude, what is you doing?
Carcino. When I watch that game, I've been like this. I say, look, get in her, look. I don't give a damn what that coach said. Look, screw the damn script. Dermot Cook, run this mug. I don't give a damn. Clark, you do your thing. I don't give a damn. We're gonna win this game. I don't give a damn about this.
Right. I'm like, dog, they did not score the whole second half. The Chiefs did not score in the whole second half yet again. 16 points is all they could really muster. in that game. So the Ravens defense did their job. They did their job. And I'm like, the 49ers defense was doing their job, even though Juice Head kept screwing up, kept running in there and blowing up the side. I'm like, there go Juice Head again, running in there, blowing it up. Them damn Bosas, boy, I told you, they can't play, they can't think. Them damn Royds and got to the brain. They just know run in there. That damn Juice Head. I'm like, here you go. He just see the quarterback. He forget his assignment. Don't give up the edge. And sure enough, he roll out on the edge every time. They were like, here, Juice Head. Just show him an opening, he gonna take it. And sure enough,
you know
I
what
can get there.
Hey,
Juice Head gonna run his ass in there, missing.
You know, he threw the coordinator underneath the bus. He said that the coordinator didn't teach them how to defend against Patrick Mahomes when he run the ball. And so he threw Wilkes underneath the bus saying, "Oh, y'all, you didn't prepare us for Patrick Mahomes underneath the bus," and then Wilkes get fired. Because
I mean, the only reason Wilkes got himself fired is because they were putting 5 back on that last drive, which was the dumbest play. He had to burn a timeout for that. And I'm like, wow, why would you even rush 5? There was no need for that. So when I knew it when he called the timeout and he was pissed, like, why are we putting 5 back? I'm like, we just giving them 5-6 yards and we putting 5 on the back line. Just man up and play some D on these dudes. You can, I'm like, no, these dudes are gonna fold. Trust me. They only go, if you keep doing that, it's gonna hit the tight end. Oh, they're gonna keep giving us these little 5-6 yards. So Wilkes was playing stupid in that last drive. That was terrible. So I was like, that was enough to get him fired. But when they gonna fire Shanahan and realize he's a stupid coach when it comes to game planning offensively? There's no reason that you shouldn't have been running with McCaffrey in the third quarter. You had 3 straight downs. They stopped the Chiefs, and you sitting there blowing good field position. They got an interception, and they got nothing off that either. I'm like, dog, you got an interception on Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, and you don't get no points off of it because you bullshitting trying to turn this Purdy dude into a damn Joe Montana. It's like, dog, stop. He's not that. He's a third-string quarterback. He's a game manager. He's trying not to lose the game. You put him in a position to win. And if you're gonna be aggressive, be aggressive. You got wide receivers that's cooking these dudes. I'm like, dude, that young dude was out there cooking them. They worrying about Debo. I'm like, Debo got one leg. What you keep trying to go back to Debo for? He can't. He's injured. Okay, he got a hamstring injury. He ain't gonna pull away. You got a guy out there that could burn. That they gotta respect. That young boy. He can play. Let him go. Let him do his job.
Carsino.
Yeah.
Hey, Shanahan. He was a coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. When they blew the
that
lead.
Bastard, that bastard. After that damn Super Bowl, I was pissed off. Had the running game smooth, but in the second half, you ain't using the running game. What the hell's going on, Atlanta? Y'all really fucking me. Sorry about that. Y'all really screwed it.
That Super Bowl, people don't realize, even though the lead was as big as it was at halftime, you have to realize what was happening in the game. They kept screwing up. The Patriots was dominating time of possession. Atlanta scored all their points quick. Brady threw a pick 6. Boom, that's how they got a touchdown. So it was like, man, Brady threw a pick 6. Another one, they got a quick touchdown off a run. Boom, touchdown. So they only had like 3-4 real plays of offense. All the plays that was ran was by New England. So they was dominating on time of possession. When it got to the second half, this stupid coach played like he was down 24. Like, nope, instead of, most people don't hike the ball until the play clock go all the way down to like 1 second. That's natural football. This fool's hiking the ball as soon as they trying to go speed up the offense. He's like, that's how we played all season. We ain't gonna change it for the Super Bowl. Fool, you up. The clock is your friend now. You gotta helping them out by doing these quick ass snaps. They like, good. You ain't gonna let the clock run? Bet. And sure enough, they fumbled the goddamn ball. You bring in a running back instead of a backup running back into the play. And then he comes in and fumbles the ball because you didn't want to change it up. You want to throw to the back instead of running with the ball. Then they get the fumble. the turn. Like all this stuff happened because of this coach. He should have been fired that night. I would have fired him that night. He the first coach fired after the Super Bowl. I fired him in the third quarter. It just wasn't official till after the Super Bowl.
For real, though. For real.
But they fired Steve Wilkes though, didn't they? Right after Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, they fired him because the players, a lot of the players in the locker room threw his name underneath the bus, and Shanahan, he didn't want to lose the locker room, so he was like, "I'm gonna have to fire you, Wilkes."
Yeah, somebody had to be the scapegoats, and plus he black.
Mhm.
He black, so that fits the narrative. Yep.
Shanahan went and said that that last drive when the 49ers called a timeout, he called a timeout because he ain't like the defense Wilkes had out there.
No, it was terrible. He was going right back to the five in the back, and it was like, what are you doing that for? They're killing you with the short pass. If you put 5 in the back, that is the dumbest defensive set I've ever seen for that. That's what I'm saying. That made it obvious for them to lose.
Yep. The middle was wide open.
Hey, you gonna hit the middle every time. Because you ain't got no pressure. Get pressure up on these guys. Man up. I'm like, damn.
Bosa was like, Wilkes, he ain't teach us how to defend against Mahomes scrambler. He said that in the magazine.
Man, all of them. I'm like, Bosa, how many times did you blow containment? Because you your juice head ass keep running in there and going after Mahomes. You supposed to protect the outside. Don't let him go to the outside. But your juice head ass couldn't resist. You coming in like a bull in a goddamn china shop every time, running your dumb ass in there. And they just olay your ass and watch you go 50 yards by, and they just now you all got the whole side. Like, yep, I can run, I can pass. They played you every time for that. And they got a touchdown out of it, first down, about 10, 20 yards of pop. And there go Juice Head all the way in the back. Can't even keep up. Him and his brother. But daddy a damn Juice Head, all of them. Just a whole Juice Head family. Goddamn boasters. Overrated.
Casino.
Well, they all injured every year.
Casino. Hey, saw the trailer for College Football 25 for I think for PlayStation 5. They got the trailer out for it. It's coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
no, it's the actual video game. It's coming.
I forgot to ask Garcia, did you see the Bob Marley movie yet?
No, I was supposed to see it today. My mom watched it. She loved it, but of course, she gonna love it anyway. But I could tell right away. I could tell it's gonna be some screwiness to it already. I'm getting those vibes because my mom told me, "Oh, this is great," and it's told from her perspective. I'm like, she was great, the wife. I'm like, oh hell no, here we go. I'm like, they gonna make her like the hero. I could tell already. I'm like, let me go check this out. So I'm gonna
Bob Marley movie for what, an hour and a half? You can't do a Bob Marley movie for an hour and a half. That don't make sense.
You really can't. But I'm gonna watch how they, Oprah Winfrey just all the way down.
Oh hell no, hell no.
They finna color purple this down the line. So
yep.
I'm I don't watch movies like that, but Bob Marley, I liked the trailer. I was like, oh, this trailer is fire.
Man, that movie got so many bad reviews, like mixed reviews on it and everything. They was just like, it ain't all that. And man, it's already made its money back. I'm like, do you know how many high people aren't seeing so many Rastafarians coming out of this goddamn movie and just high, people high as a kite? I already knew what they saw. When I just saw them coming out, I'm like, yeah, you saw the Bob Marley movie. Yeah, man, it's good, man.
I did a kite.
They there for the music, man. That's the only reason. They like, this is cool. I'm gonna get high and watch the Bob Marley movie. He's like, dog, I got that. He's like, it's gonna be streaming. I'm gonna get a good copy of it. I'm gonna get that. It's gonna be on my. I'm gonna get my boy to get the box. I'm gonna be at the crib smoking, watching Bob Marley movie.
Well, I ain't look at the reviews yet though. I ain't look at the reviews.
Shotters is that movie, boy. That was. They got my boy Ock up in there. Don't ever bring scab business to my house. You understand me? I'm tough as Jamaican Don Dollar.
Oh Lord.
Don't ever bring scary business to my house. I care about nothing. I murder for fun. They got Ock up in there. Man, I'm sorry, Ock. I ain't mean to insult you, man. I'm just trying to get on.
Man.
Stop watching LeBron then, okay? Look at King James. Yeah, that's LeBron James' cousin. Ken James. Yo,
Hey.
you a hater. Stop watching LeBron then, okay? You mad hater. You wish you had what LeBron got. 4 championships, 4 MVPs. I bet you can't wait to see the Lakers right. You a hater.
And I'm
I
sorry.
know you cousin, but only thing I wish I had LeBron had was Savannah. That's about the only thing I wish he had. I take Savannah.
Hey, bro, they be killing you on TikTok, bro.
Oh, TikTok?
Bro, that shit, it be so funny because they kids, they don't really know better. But it be so funny, bro.
Oh, yeah, it was some little white kid who said something about that clip I did. He like real popular.
Talking about LeBron.
Yeah, so I did that video talking about him. Dan, ever since then, he ain't said another word about me.
Man, yeah, they going crazy.
And I'm sorry, but those 4 rings don't mean jack crap, and still lose the chip all the time. Don't give a damn. Bump LeBron. Bump him.
Come on, we ain't gonna count that bubble ring.
Hell no, man.
Or the in-season tournament.
Hell no. Oh, hell no. Y'all got throw that in the trash.
Nobody count that but them Bron fans.
And then he wasn't even the best player then. Rondo was the best player on the team then.
Yep.
And he was coming out the bench.
Yep.
Well,
What's this guy?
LeBron.
Jay. Ken James, exactly. He's a hater for real. He's not gonna stop talking about LeBron because that's how he makes his money. I'm
What
like, man, I thought I made my money before I was talking about LeBron.
Exactly.
But hey, I talk about him if it's gonna bring some money in and tell the truth about his bum.
hey,
They should have seen your page before they start hating on you.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hey, Cito, you right about the ownership, how the Mark Cuban thing, how they got these corporations as being owners instead of the team having like a single owner.
Yeah, they moving away from that. Well, a lot of them, unless you are just an eccentric billionaires, like a lot of those guys, they don't buy the NBA teams for money. They don't need to make money from the NBA teams. They already billionaires. Like you see Ballmer, you know what I'm saying? He's got money on top of money. They buy this as a way to entertain their friends and guests and bring them out and for tax reasons. You know, they can make a lot of money disappear with an NBA team. So they can make some write off some money here and there, move it over here. Oh, I did this for my team. That to get rid of, some debts from their taxes and stuff. They are definitely not caring about the revenue earned from that team. They just want to make enough so they don't have to spend so much out. But teams are losing money every year. Like the Kings lose money every year. The Pistons lose money every year. So a lot of teams in the NBA that are not even profitable.
Orlando Magic.
Was they were making money, but they were losing it too. But Disney covering their tab. Disney was covering their tab every time. So they was like, well, Disney gonna float them no matter what, because that's their team.
But I noticed, like in the NFL, it's like the complete flip coin. Them owners is making money off the team in the NFL. NFL is like a totally different story. All the teams making profit, while in the NBA, all the teams is all the teams.
The contracts are favorable to the owners of the team. That's why they have the best contracts in sports for the owners. If you're an owner, you're in the driver's seat. They have the doggone. They could put you on the franchise tag, and that could screw you up. Like when
franchise tag you for 2 years after your rookie deal.
Yeah, after 2 years. See, the players in the NFL were so stupid. They were worried about OTAs. I'm like, you worried about less OTAs, and you give Roger Goodell final say? You voted for that? Like, yeah, but we got what we wanted, man. We got less OTAs. We got less practice. I'm like, now you stupid. Because anything that goes on now, if it's a conflict, Roger Goodell gets to be the final decision maker. He comes in and makes it like, yep, this is a good thing, but my decision is to go with the owners. They're going to be, oh, this is some bull. Hey, y'all agreed to it. In the collective bargaining agreement. Y'all wanted them.
That's give you more risk to get hurt in the season.
Yep. Now you got 2 more years to get hurt, and that's what happened in Seattle. When dude tore his leg up, he gave him the finger. That was his last time playing with them. He wanted out of Seattle because he knew he wasn't getting his money right. And then you would sign a deal for like, man, he signed a deal for $100 million, and then you get like 12, and they cut you, and then you don't have to, and that money ain't guaranteed in the NFL. So that's like, man,
guess who got a guaranteed contract? Fully guaranteed. Kirk Cousins, bro.
Oh, well, yeah, Kirk. Captain Kirk. Dude, he the richest quarterback in the NFL.
I'm talking about big good money, fully guaranteed.
Yeah, quarterbacks get guaranteed contracts easy. But the thing about him is he went through the most franchise tags in history. That's why he was like, man, just go through it. It's like, yeah, you a quarterback. You could keep getting franchise tags. So they were guaranteeing his salary for that season, but it's like flat rated. So he kept playing. He's like, I just kept playing, and then they franchise tagged me again. So they kept franchise tagging him. So he kept getting $30 million a year.
Yep.
30 million. So when they finally got his deal and contract, he was in Minnesota. Washington just kept franchise. Had they just paid him a contract for 3 years, they would have came out cheaper. But they ruined themselves.
And no Super Bowl.
Nope. And then they went ahead and it's just like Washington ended up trading him away. They ended up getting another quarterback that didn't work out. He came from the Chiefs, and then he had the grossest leg and injury in history. I'm like, gosh, I forgot his name, but he just got his leg destroyed. I think his last name's Smith.
Oh, Alex Smith.
Yeah, and he got his leg tore up, but Kirk got to Minnesota, got another large contract deal, and he finna get another one. So I'm like, dog, he the richest quarterback in football. He was getting franchise tag, but for a quarterback, it's easier. The game protects you as a quarterback.
Yeah.
You're not going to really get hit that much unless your team just sucks. Yeah, Alex Smith. Yeah, so I'm like, this dude was making a killing. He's making a killing in the league.
Man, oh man.
So, you think they're gonna put Steve McNair in the Hall of Fame?
Hell no, they ain't gonna put him in the Hall of
Fame. If Donovan McNabb ain't in there, he definitely should be in right away.
Right.
No, what should be in there is Donovan McNabb. D-Mac then went to like 6 straight Eastern Conference championship games, and they act like that's nothing. They're like, man, that ain't nothing. I'm like, y'all put guys in the Hall that ain't even do that.
Right.
And I'm like, who was he throwing to? Pinklin? I'm like, Hank Gathers? I mean, not Hank Gathers. What's his name? Hank Basket or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
the one that married the Playboy model. He had no receivers. Y'all gave him, he had to throw the running back.
Yep.
Westbrook.
Yeah, he the one made them guys famous. That whole slant play, the dump off to the running back, let Westbrook go. Then he had, before Westbrook, he had another one. He was dumping off passes to running backs.
Deuce Staley.
Staley.
So they had no wide receivers. He had nothing for years. He had what? Avant. He had Avant here from Chicago. They played and they lived in the same town.
That's one year he had T.O.
The 1 year he had T.O., they were the number 1 team in football. They had lost one game like that whole season. And then when they went to the playoffs, T.O. was out. They had to win to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They were like, man, y'all keep going to the championship game, but y'all lose because y'all don't have no wide receiver. And they got to the Super Bowl without T.O. I was like, no, they got to the Super Bowl. He didn't play one playoff game. But they was like, man, T.O. balled out in the Super Bowl. I'm like, who you think got him the goddamn ball?
Exactly.
I was like, how he gonna ball out by himself? I was like, yeah,
he won't even up for MVP that. He didn't get MVP that year.
Yep, didn't even get it, but he was crushing it.
Guess who going to the Hall of Fame though?
Andre Johnson.
Oh man, he went out. Okay, there he is. All right, who going?
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is going to the Hall of Fame this year.
Not this year, but they be talking about it like, he's locked.
I know they got Andre Johnson in the Hall of Fame now.
Yeah, finally, AJ gets his respect.
Man, Devin Hester in there too.
Yeah, Devin Hester in there.
They changed the rules because he had caused so much money in Vegas to turn by him. He was winning games for the Bears just by punt returns. That's how bad the Bears was. And we made it to a punt returner. That's how bad the Bears was. And we made it to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, we made it to the Super Bowl. And this dude in the Super Bowl, first play kicked off to him, he take it to the house. Dude, he was unreal. There was nothing like Devin Hester. He was getting 2 in a game. I was like, damn. Yeah, he was destroying. They had to change the rules from where you had to kick from now.
Yeah. That's why they changed it for the 20-yard line to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's almost at the 30 now when they allowed to kick off from. So they want to stop all those returns because they had lost $700-some million that year.
off a kickoff and punt return.
In bets in Vegas off punt returns. Devin Hester messed everything up. But he ran the punt back. He ran one back before the half and did them in Vegas, boy. It was over almost $700 million lost off Devin Hester's punt returns. They changed the whole NFL, changed the game, just like they were mad at Philly for the tush push play, and that's messing up men. Yeah, that's messing up a lot of money. Yeah, hotels is going in debt. Like it was a lot of stuff going on because of Devin Hester's punt returns. Man, his punt returns was crushing them. Every time the NFL lose money, they changed the rules. When the Minnesota Vikings was supposed to go to the Super Bowl and not the New Orleans, and then they did everything in that game. Minnesota had every chance in the book. What's his name? Peterson fumbled like 3 times in a game. Like Adrian Peterson fumbled like 3-4 times in the game. What's his name? The wide receiver wide open, he fumbled. Then Favre, they still went to overtime. And then when overtime, they kicked the field goal and win. They said, we changing the format. They changed the format. So now we going to the other team get a chance. They was mad New Orleans went to that Super Bowl, man. They did not want New Orleans going.
They didn't want New Orleans to go to the other Super Bowl when Matt Stafford and them got in there.
Oh, man.
That was horrible, bro.
Yeah, oh, you talking about the obvious pass interference?
Obvious.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want New Orleans to go to Atlanta like that.
Yep. That was completely ridiculous. That was for the Rams, right? You know that.
Yeah, and because the coach was young. Because the coach was young. He was the youngest coach and stuff. And then Dallas scored 3 points that Super Bowl going against Patriots.
Yeah.
Drew Brees would put up some points that day. You feel me?
Right. They wanted to put them in there and put him in the Super Bowl, get him used, and then they want to oh man, we got to get him a Super Bowl because we got the Olympics coming to LA, so we got to let them see how it is to win a championship here in the stadium. So they put the Rams in there to win that Super Bowl. That was ridiculous. The Rams was losing every damn game, and they cheated Buccaneers, man, I'm still mad over that. Still hot over that, man. Whenever you spear Tom Brady in the damn head with a damn helmet and he don't get a penalty,
You talking about Von Miller?
Yeah. Like Tom Brady got speared in the chin, and that ain't helmet to helmet contact. Did he bleeding out his mouth and you hit Tom Brady with a 15-yard penalty? I said, oh yeah, the fix is in. Man, the Bucs had like 3 15-yard penalties in the first quarter. I said, oh yeah, this game. And then what's his name? The running back kept fumbling the ball. And, and that's how the Bucs got back in the game. I'm like, we could win the game. This is gonna be crazy. Hurricane Katrina. No, that was the angle. Hurricane Katrina was supposed to stop right there against the Vikings. That's what I thought they were supposed to go. They weren't supposed to go to those Super Bowls. That was out. They had to ride the Hurricane Katrina wave all the way around. They had no intentions on New Orleans winning those Super Bowls. That was not in the cards. It was supposed to be Brett Favre against Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. That's what they wanted. And
you know how much ratings they would have got for that?
Yeah, that's why Brett Favre came over for that year and had that outstanding year with the Vikings. They had Adrian Peterson. They were killing the league.
Yeah, they
had Randy Moss. What Moss?
Yeah.
Nah, he wasn't.
Moss was gone.
Moss came the next year.
Yeah.
No, Moss came the next year, back when the team was in disarray. And they brought Moss. Yeah, they brought Moss in there after New England wouldn't pay him. And I was like, dude, y'all forget everything that went on there.
Yep.
I still think Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver over Randy Moss.
Man, the pivot. Did you hear the pivot podcast had that?
Yeah. I watched the whole pivot. I watched the pivot with Floyd Mayweather and everything. They was arguing about Jerry Rice and Randy Moss.
That's my guy, man. Shannon. Shannon is me and Shannon was the same way. You ain't gonna get Shannon to change his mind on nothing. He was like, man, I played with Randy Moss. That's what I said. They played with Moss. He like, you played with Moss, man. Man, I'm telling you, he different.
Right.
No, that dude different. Man, I'm telling you, he the same thing. Man, so that was funny because Ryan Clark trying to explain it with numbers. He's like, if I tell you one guy did this much and had 1,500 yards in this time, and another guy did it in last year and had 25,000 yards, you gonna tell me this guy with 15,000 yards is better? He's like, is the first one Randy Moss? Then yeah, it's Randy Moss. I don't care about none of that stuff you talking about. I'm telling you, I see Randy Moss. There is nobody better than that dude.
I watched him from the time he got drafted.
Yeah,
I got Jerry Rice as number 1 wide receiver in my book.
Yeah, and Fred was like, man, I'm telling you, I came in with Randy in the NFL. Yep. I'm telling you, that dude was a problem. He's like, look, I know about Jerry and Jerry's stats, and I was a Jerry Rice fan. I'm like, shoot, I got pictures with Jerry. I done met Jerry. Me and Jerry done signed autograph balls and everything. He hate the Packers though. Jerry that was funny. That Packer dude came up there and all his Packer stuff and gonna hand Jerry the ball to sign. I like you. Jerry looked at him and signed that ball. He said, Jerry, 80 MVP. And he didn't do that for nobody else's ball. He did it just for him. So he can know, MVP. But Jerry fumbled that ball against Green Bay. I'm gonna let everybody know that now. And everybody saw he fumbled. And they was that was the TO catch. The TO catch game, it wouldn't even came to that. He was out of there. He was up out of there.
He was done.
They fumbled the ball right there, but there was no instant replay that year because the coaches and them voted it out. They was like, we don't want instant replay. Then after that happened, we want instant replay. It cost Green Bay another Super Bowl. They went back 3 years in a row.
Yep. Cost Dez Bryant catch too.
Oh, the Dez Bryant. Oh yeah.
They had replay though. They had replay then. They went back and saw it and said he didn't complete the process. But that wasn't going to even win the game for them. I'm like, do y'all realize y'all still was going to be at the 1 yard line? Okay, let's say y'all get in. Y'all have not stopped Green Bay all day. And what did they do? The very next play, they marched right back down the field. You couldn't stop them. So it wasn't like y'all finna win the game off that. They kill me with these plays. They act like this is the play that cost the game, like the tuck rule. It's like, okay, they got the tuck rule. If it didn't go your way, that don't mean you lose the game. Right. I was like, that don't mean you lose the game. They still had to march down the field. They had to kick a field goal. They had to get to overtime. There was a whole nother game. There was a whole other football being played. So I'm like, man, they was in the middle of a blizzard. Military had to kick that in a blizzard to send it to tie it. And then they still had to get a stop. Y'all had the ball back. It went to OT. I'm like, man, y'all had a shot and a half. That's just one play.
But today defense, you gotta remember the football is a brutally competitive game. Every inch counts. Every play counts.
If they would have got that ball,
counts.
If they would have got the ball, they probably would have won the game. The game probably over then if they get that stop. So, but the thing is, after that play was over, you don't stop playing the game. It was a lot of stuff that had to go your way. British had to drive them down the field.
That game, NFL, that's just a game of like one little inch to make the difference of winning or losing. 1 inch. That is real.
I heard you say that.
And a decision before the game.
About New Orleans. Why you think they let us win it? They didn't let New Orleans win the game. New Orleans just beat the hell out of Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Drew Brees did his thing, and then Sean. That's probably one of the very few games where I can say Sean Payton outcoached somebody.
No, because Peyton Manning is easy to beat. He's easy to beat, and that's the thing about Peyton Manning is that he's really good at running no movement. If your defense, if he goes up against a really good defense, he struggles every time. That's why he couldn't win the big games. He have all these arcade yards, but when he get in the playoffs, he would get beat. He wouldn't even get to the Super Bowl. And he had all the weapons. And they'd be like, man, why he only been in like 2 Super Bowls? He was in like 3 Super Bowls, maybe with the AFC the way it was. And Brady kept going and winning. I'm like, why Brady got all these Super Bowls and Peyton don't? Because Peyton don't like motion offense. He likes the offense to stay the same, so he don't want the defense to move.
Right. But he do a lot of audibles though.
No, he don't.
That's his way of trying to deflect.
No,
yeah, he do all every time before he snapped the ball, he do all this hand motion and this and that. That's confusing people.
He's calling out where the blitz is coming from. He's throwing fake plays out there. When he gets to the real play, he's throwing those codes out there, but he doesn't want the offense to move. If you watch the blitz at all, he wants everybody standing still. Because when you standing still, the defense is standing still. But see, this is why they will struggle against teams like the Ravens. As soon as they,
I was about to say that.
When they say hike, Ray Lewis, whoever's on the line, be Ed Reed, anybody, they say go, and they switch, and guys start moving into the real defensive set. See, only teams who are really disciplined know how to do that. At the moment of hike, boom, they switch it to the play that they really want it to be. They show you one thing, and then they can switch it to something else in the middle of the play as it goes on. The Ravens was really good at that with their defense. And with Peyton, they'll be still. And as soon as they say, like, hike, boom, go. And then somebody will switch. And then what it looked like a 4-3 could turn into a cover 2 dime. And it could be like, whoa, okay. Now this play is blown up. And now
throw the ball away.
He's not going to run with the ball. So now you know Peyton's not so Ray could do whatever he wants. His thing is destroy anything in that middle. If it come across the middle, it is dead by dawn. So he was always in those positions. When they play against the Bears, they was always getting beat by the Bears. So that's why we would have beat them in that Super Bowl. He had a terrible Super Bowl against us. He wasn't playing good at all. I don't even think he got MVP.
No.
They think they gave it to the guy out there. The weather condition was so bad. It was like 4 or 5 fumbles in a row. And they was like, yeah, we should have played in a dome. This was a bad idea.
I was Prince the Super Bowl.
That you know what that remind me of? That freaking I gotta give, even though I hate the Chiefs, I gotta give that dude McDuffie his props for doing that daggone that shadow blitz. He faked it like he was gonna go on coverage and then blitz Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy had to throw the ball away. I messed up that damn drive.
Okay, yes. Oh, the basement's fine. You don't have to do the basement. All right.
Yeah, I gotta give McDuffie his little prop.
Well, that's the thing. No, it was a blown assignment by the offensive lineman on the 49ers. Brock Purdy didn't call the blitz. Either he didn't call the blitz properly or the protection properly, or the offensive lineman made a mistake, because that's what messed up the 3rd and 4. He went left and didn't. He was supposed to block right. He went the wrong way, and he went left to block a guy who's already blocked. So he had a clean line to come in and
clean, because it looked like he was gonna go on coverage, and then like I would say, but like 2 seconds later, he go right behind the DN, like at the last second, and then blitz.
Well, he saw what was there. You know, he was finna come in all alone. It's a delayed blitz, but the thing is, he was really on the front floor. That guy would have been picked up immediately, and that would have been a touchdown for the 49ers. But this is what either Purdy made the mistake or the lineman made the mistake. But what you cannot do is afford to let that play happen on 3rd and 4. You got to call out the protection in the right way. And I don't know if Purdy saw it properly, and that guy, the offensive line, turned and went this way. And I'm quite sure they had the meeting, but that was the biggest play of the game, because at that 3rd and 4, he just came right in untouched, and then Purdy had to just get rid of the ball. So a lot of this stuff is like, you got to be perfect on. And this is why I keep telling people about the brilliance of Tom Brady. He's so analytically smart. He's calling out every single thing in the game. Brady was so good, they had to try to stop him from winning. That's why I keep telling people. They keep saying the NFL kept wanting Brady and the Patriots. No, they did not. They did not want Tom Brady keep going back to the Super Bowl. They did everything. They suspended him for 4 games for no reason at all. He was fighting that thing to the Supreme Court, and the NFL was just bleeding Tom Brady. Tom Brady had to pay out of his own pocket for that. He was pissed because he did not have anything to do with no damn deflate game. That was ridiculous. And the NFL knew they looked stupid. They was like, yeah, but we can't just look stupid, so we just got to keep fighting it. They was like, just take the 4 games, Tom. You're going to be all right. Tom, no. He just was pissed, did not want to do that. So they were going to go to Supreme Court. And he was like, Tom, if you take this to Supreme Court, the NFL is really not going to like this. You can't take this to Supreme Court.
He was going to own the NFL after that.
Yeah, and he was saying he was pissed. And after that, that's why they was never supposed to make it. And when they came back and beat what's his name?
Baltimore? No,
because he wasn't there. He didn't have to see Tom Brady when they did the first one. I think somebody else was there, and he was, for some reason, when they won against because they won against Seattle, and he wasn't there. And then in Atlanta, he was there, and then they was like, "Oh man, he gonna be here now." And then Tom came back and got the Super Bowl, and they won, and he was ticked off. They came back and won, and he had to shake Tom's hand and apologize to Brady and everything. The Patriot fans hated him. But yeah, they wanted to keep Tom from going to the Super Bowl, and because he's too hard to beat. Look at what the Eagles game was. They gave the Eagles 2 touchdowns that weren't goddamn touchdowns.
Hold on. I have to say, hold on. I gotta say this. Brady did fumble that ball. He messed up that fumble.
You going back
against my boys against the Raiders?
No. The Eagles, the Super Bowl.
Yes,
that last drive.
The last drive, that shouldn't have been a last drive. He was up. He had about 580 yards passing in the Super Bowl. First of all, it shouldn't have been a last drive. They had 2 touchdowns that weren't touchdowns on the Eagles. They flagged and did everything they could to keep New England out of this game. Brady would not lay down. He kept coming back and throwing touchdowns.
Nick Foles was doing this thing in that Super Bowl.
No, he was not. He was
Oh, come on now.
threw the ball. Nick Foles threw the ball to the guy, and the guy caught the ball out of bounds. They challenged it, and you could see he clearly stepped out and did not have both feet in bounds. He stepped on the line. That was not a touchdown, and they gave it to him. Then the one guy slams the ball down on the goal line, and the ball pops up. We just had that in the game against the Steelers when the Steelers did it against the Patriots in that season. And it was called incomplete. He didn't complete the process. It was just like Dez Bryant. When Dez Bryant slammed the ball on the ground and it pops up, the guy did it for the Eagles. Slammed the ball and it popped up. That's incomplete. That's been an incomplete all season since the Dez Bryant catch, since the Steelers game. And now here it is, the Super Bowl, and the guy does the same thing, and you trying to say it's a touchdown? I was like, that's 2 touchdowns you gave to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm sitting there pissed. The good thing I had the strippers around me. I would have really been mad. I was mad. I remember I was live for that, man. I'm sitting there, man. I got chicks spinning around and everything. I'm just like, this is not my day.
Like, don't feel bad. I'm right here.
Hey, you know what caught me off? You know what caught me off guard? Hey, when they did that Philly special play right before the half, I was like, "Oh, the Eagles gonna win this game." And they did that Philly special.
The Patriots play, and the Patriots. That's the Patriots play. They tried to do it in that game, and they threw it to Brady, and Brady didn't catch it because it was a bad thrown ball. But hey, they didn't do it, and they ran the same play. And they said, "Oh, it's the Philly special." I'm like, all right, whatever.
Philly did it because you know that touchdown kind of it threw off what's his name rhythm a little bit because Belichick he usually like to get the ball, right at halftime. So when the Eagles scored, that kind of messed up Belichick. Belichick was pissed off they scored that touchdown.
Belichick was pissed that they let them get a touchdown because I'm like, yeah, that was ridiculous. Man, did that.
Is he gonna still coach some more? Is he going anywhere else to coach?
Yeah.
Belichick, you think Belichick gonna go coach somewhere else now?
Yeah, probably after this season. I don't know if there's anybody there for him now.
Yeah.
He would have been the Falcons coach if he didn't come in with a system that wasn't going to go over well with the players.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, because he basically saying guys are going to play for their position. And he's going to make some changes. And I don't think Arthur Black was going to like those changes.
Yeah.
I'm still ticked off that what's name. Eric Bieniemy got fired the way he got fired.
Well, that was the thing. They got to let the Warriors get all the credit, So the Warriors had to go and get all the credit.
Eric Bieniemy, they
Everybody
fired
it's Eric Bieniemy is the reason and all that. They taking attention away from the Warriors. Say the Warriors got to be the genius. So it's like, look, we got to get him out of here. Ain't nobody gonna say Matt Nagy's a genius. So let's get him out. Let's get the Warriors and then with Matt Nagy again. Everybody's starting to notice it's not him. So we need the Warriors getting the credit.
And then they got Bob Myers with the Commanders now.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, LeBron wanted him to run the Lakers and be the GM, and he wanted Pelinka fired. See, they gonna bring that up. This is way before he signed on with the Commanders or anything. This is when he first got away from Golden State, and he couldn't find a job, so they put him on the NBA Today. Just had him up there. He was terrible. He had no reason to even be up there on the panel. They were like, "Yeah, we got in. Bob Myers is here," and he's just talking. I'm like, "Hey, stick anybody up there." Bob Myers he can't even. He's a GM, so for him to talk is just. He can't be critical. He's just like, yeah, I think they're making, good play. He talks like a general manager. They're not going to divulge too much about players because they be trying to sign these guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's right. When you had made that video talking about Pelinka being fired and
Yeah,
he
LeBron
wanted
told us
Bob
about
Myers, but I was like, wait a minute, Bob Myers just went to the Commanders. He ain't going to the Lakers. Somebody already picked him up already. But I think you might have made that video just a little bit too soon.
No, I didn't, because that's what happened. He wanted Rod Pelinka in the beginning. He was already when I made the video, he had already had the Commander's job, but
Oh,
nobody
okay.
knew. Yeah, nobody knew. I ain't saying he wanted him right now today. I'm just saying he wanted him way before the season started. Remember, he was fired last year. It's just like when he got fired, they chose not to renew his contract. So while that was happening, LeBron's like, hey, we got a chance to get we can get Rob Pelinka up out of here. You know, he want Rob Pelinka gone. You know, Pelinka is not doing the job he want because he can't get the people he want. He wanted that guy in the office.
That's crazy, man.
LeBron, you know, LeBron James, he always, anything that go through Golden State, he want to get it after they finish with it. After they finish with it, he want to get, because he still kind of ticked off Steph Curry and whooped his butt in the finals all them times. And then,
Oh, yeah. He went and got the Mexican guy they had on the team. He went and grabbed him and brought him to the forefront because he was on the team. That Tavares guy thought he was going to be the answer, but he was only over there to spy on the team.
Yep.
That was the only reason they had him. They was like, yeah, we got him on the team now. And it was just to spy on the team.
That's all. Because he can't do it because he can't win like he's supposed to.
No, he trying to take everything, whatever Golden State finish using somebody up, he want to get them. Whatever they was, whatever part they had or player they had, as soon as they leave Golden State, LeBron want to pick them up and put them on the Lakers.
Yep.
Because he knows Steph Curry gonna have a better career when he's finished than him. He
Yeah.
already know it.
Yep. He already know.
Yeah.
Like who was the best in that era? Steph Curry.
Yeah. No, I didn't see Zeno yet, but I'm gonna end up checking it out. I got a lot of stuff I got to do, but I got to get out of here because I can get some work done for the Patreon.
All right, I'll see you later.
I'm a VIP on your Patreon, CeeLo. You ain't put up nothing on there for the past 2 days, man.
Well,
you got to he about to drop some heat.
You got to know material. Trust me. There's a reason.
Yeah, because I'm VIP now, so.
Okay, well, yeah, you got a lot to catch up on.
No, because the last video you had was the Beyonce country thing, and then you had one video after that, and that was it.
Yeah, what you think you supposed to have? People don't upload but once every 2 weeks. I put up videos like every day, like every other day. I have to give stuff a chance to breathe.
I didn't see, and then you ain't got the.
Y'all been super spoiled.
You ain't got the what's the name? The interview you had with Lisa Ray on there. Yeah. No, it's not. I checked it. I tried to search for it and everything on VIP. It's not there. It's not there at all. I double checked and everything.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go over here and.
All I know is you met Kim Tootie Fields, man. That's what's up. Miss Tootie.
Okay, I'm in the search. Here it is. I type Lisa Ray, and let's see what happens. Boom! It comes right up.
It came right up.
How in the world you don't see this? And I can see
I'm gonna have to down. All right, I'm gonna
have to go to your search and type Lisa Ray name and then pop it up, and then boom, it pops right up.
There it is.
I just typed Lisa Ray.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I put Lisa Ray with the Lisa Ray together. I didn't space it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. All right. We'll forgive you this
time.
Forgive me for my stupidity there.
All right. All right, I'll see y'all.
All right, man. Yeah.
All right, one.
What?